EGM Network.
Welcome to the Lori Davis Show, where it's all about the amazing lifestyle on our Treasure Coast. And here's your host and realtor for life, Lori Davis.
Hello, and welcome to the show. We are so happy that you are here with us today. It's been a great couple of weeks. A lot of people cleaning up, picking up, pulling things back together. And then there's a lot of us that nothing happened to. And so we're offering our time and our talents and our funds wherever we can to help others. We're going to talk a little bit about that today with our show and with our guests. I am Lori Davis. This is the Lori Davis Show. I am your realtor for life. I work with Dale Sorensen Real Estate, and they are definitely behind the scenes doing a lot of things for a lot of communities, a lot of people in the community. So we're very, very happy with them. We had Elizabeth Sorensen and Angela Waldrop on last week, and it was such a compelling show that I forgot to let Cindy, because Cindy said I need a shout out. So I'm going straight to Cindy Schwartz, who is our engineer here on the show. She's with me every time. So whenever you see my show, you know Cindy's right there in the back. Cindy, what do you got? What do we need to know?
So, the funny thing about it, and not ha-ha funny, but that there's always a God. So you got to let all the disaster and everything, there's always a God. So I had this big 70-year-old laurel oak tree that died. I don't know, whatever it just did, blah, blah, blah. So I was going back and forth. It's a part my neighbor's, part mine, with who's going to do this. And it's a big undertaking, so you have to have a certain company that do it, somebody that actually knows what they're doing, not to be that way. So it didn't happen. So actually the night of my birthday, I went out there with the stitches in my hand because I'd had hand surgery, and I was boarding up the side of that house, my house, where the tree is, anticipating this unbelievable disaster, because the way they were talking about it, and forget about the tornadoes, we didn't know about that, this was going to be a mess. Something was going to happen to my house. And I was throwing stuff. I was mad. I'm like, this has been going on for 6 months, blah, 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 blah. I don't understand this. Nobody wants to work anymore, blah, 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 blah. Throwing it. My daughter's like, shut up already. And I'm like, look at this mess. 6 o'clock in the morning, the tree company shows up and cuts the whole tree at starting at 6 o'clock in the morning, the day before the hurricane.
Wow. You're kidding.
No.
Which is Wednesday.
Yes.
And Wednesday at 5:30 or Tuesday?
Because my birthday was Monday the 7th.
That's right.
It was Tuesday morning the next day.
Yes.
And they showed up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Jack's Tree Service, unreal how good they were. Unbelievable group of people. And the guy's like, no, we knew we had to get this down. And I was like,
oh my God.
I cannot believe this. And then the only other thing I was worried about was my carport doors, because a friend of mine built them, and they're not hurricane or whatever. Sure. And in all honesty, one giant limb from the side of the tree next to it, broke off, fell down exactly in the front of the carport door. There's a scratch this big. That's it, and it blocked the whole front.
I was going to say it was a block, like when you put something down on a door, right? And you slide it down, and it keeps everything from pushing in.
Bingo, and that's exactly what happened. There was not
unbelievable.
I mean, there's tree carnage everywhere. Don't get me wrong, but I couldn't believe. I was shooting pictures to everybody, because people from all over were
blessed.
saying,
we are all blessed. I mean, they're in one way or another. But it's Jack's Tree Service.
Jack's Tree Service. They are phenomenal.
You can Google them, look for their phone number in Vero Beach, find those guys, say, hey, listen, you heard it on the Lori Davis Show. I heard you guys were great, and give them a call. Those guys are working. Yes. They're working 7 days a week. So don't be afraid to call a tree service, because these guys are working. And, if the city can't get in and you're just like, I got to get this done, and maybe you could afford to do a little bit of it yourself, whatever. Call Jack's Tree Service.
And he has, just to throw it out there, some really wonky equipment, which is what he had to do for this tree, to get in between yards and fences and everything.
Sure.
I mean, God love him. I wanted to put up my Christmas lights, but he won't let me borrow it. But,
you want like his little funky cherry picker thing?
I need one of them.
Yeah,
things,
there's a skinny one. I know, I've seen it. It
looks like an octopus.
It does.
Yeah, green octopus. So shout out to them. I love them.
Shout out to Jack's Tree Service. Thank you for taking care of Cindy Getz. Cindy Schwartz and her neighbor, because it could have gone either way.
Absolutely.
So, fantastic.
The Widowmaker, my neighbor called it.
Yeah, right.
Oh, gosh.
For sure. He was like, I got to get this down for Cindy.
It was.
Well, great. I love that. What else is going on around town? We always say the reason why people move to Vero Beach is because of the lifestyle. We have an amazing lifestyle. There's so many things that are going on. And I think one of the things that we always kind of focus on is the art community, like Riverside Theater. Did you see Fox on the Fairway yet, Cindy?
Oh, my God, I did.
You did? Was it funny?
Oh, my God. You know what? I'm going to be honest, because I'm not the most PC person, but reading the write-up on it, it was one of those ones like,
I know. That's me too. I've seen it. Yeah.
You cannot miss this.
Okay.
All we did was stand up, clap, and laugh.
I love that.
That's all we did.
I love that.
It was incredible. It was one of the best ones I've seen.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Yes.
Well, this is the 2024-25 season.
Yeah.
And this is the first production.
Correct.
So I'm looking forward to seeing it myself.
Yep.
I think it goes through November 10th.
Yeah.
So, and you got matinees, you got, evenings, you got Saturday and Sunday matinee, day and night. So the other thing that we're going to talk about, which is what our show is about today, is the Abstract Urge exhibit. It's a special show with the work of 6 local artists, Gabriela Hernandez, Barry Shapiro, Christine Bates, Leslie Stokes, to save the best for last, Shotsie LaJoie, who is our guest today, and Zach Gruber. They also have one sound artist, Eric Addis, who we had on the show, which was so cool.
Yes.
That was so neat. I know.
It was.
He's going to play music over the sound while you're viewing, and it's very cool because he attaches earphone things to plants, and they put off sound because, of course, they're in nature and they're alive, and it goes to music. It's amazing.
It's amazing.
It really is. And then they have 2 videographers. So we're very excited about that. That's going to start November 1. It's at Raw Space. Now, Raw Space is located on Old Dixie Highway. It's on the west side of the street. It's closer to 17th Street, but it's between Route 60 and 17th Street. You got to get over there and see it. It's going to go through January 31st. So if you don't go now, there's going to be all different things that are going to happen over there. Very, very cool. Since this week is Halloween week, and I know we play on Sunday, so if you might have missed this, but they're doing Rocky Horror Picture Show on Halloween 10/31 and Friday night 11/1 over at Vero Beach Theater Guild. Get your tickets at Vero Beach theaterguild.com. Dale Sorensen Real Estate by the Numbers. We'll get through this quickly because we have a lot to talk about with Shotsie. Dale Sorensen Real Estate year-to-date, $619 million, 19.4% market share. That's 768 transactions. We are the number 1 broker in the county, in Indian River County. The next closest was $441 million, and they're 13.1%, and they did 417 transactions year to date. Year to date, it always blows us away. $3.1 billion in residential real estate has been sold in Indian River County. I mean, and 20% of that is Dale Sorensen agents. So when we say we think we do a little bit of a better job, there's a reason. It shows in the numbers. We're pretty excited. Inventory is up, which is good. It's good for buyers. Sellers, we're going to have to remember that when it starts getting, more inventory in the market, it's only up about 15%. But you need to understand that gives the buyer a little bit more negotiating room when it comes to that. Citrus Grill House, thank you. Always bringing the cocktail. I asked Alex for something that was very fall-like, and he made the most delicious cocktail. It's a whiskey, pear, ginger sour. So it's like a whiskey sour, but there's a little pear puree, and then there's ginger beer in it. It's fabulous. Cindy, you can't drink while you're working on the board, but we've got a go cup for you.
I need one.
Take to the car.
Yeah,
take it to the car.
I need one. That sounds phenomenal.
It's so it's very refreshing too.
Okay.
With that ginger beer, and I don't like ginger beer.
I do.
1050 Easter Lily Lane. Go to Citrus Grill House, right there on the ocean, next to Humiston Park. It's literally the one place that you can sit directly on the ocean. You can eat lunch or dinner Monday to Saturday. It's fabulous. If it's fresh, if it's not fresh, they're not serving it. Staff is great. Everything's great. Go over to Citrus and tell them Lori Davis sent you. We are here today to promote this exciting art show we mentioned earlier. 6 artists and 1 audio artist, 2 videographers coming together to create Pulse Abstract exhibit. Let's welcome one of the fabulous artists to the show, Shotsie LaJoie. Shotsie, welcome.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here, Lord.
So glad you could make it. Now, Shotsie, we were talking about when we started, and we're just going to put a little hometown feel on this. You were right in the middle of the Central Beach tornado. Was like on your doorstep,
yes,
basically.
It actually was.
Yeah. So we're calling this a distraction from reality.
Yeah.
We bring you in our platted room and just say everything's going to be okay.
Everything's going to be okay. Well, it's not a distraction for me. Today I woke up and I have 2 driveways and there's a bucket truck in the back. And usually I go out to see who's on my property. I'm like, I don't care what they're fixing.
Yeah.
They're fixing the lines. And the lines are going right through my back. There's an easement between the 2 houses. Mm-hmm. And they're just going from house to house to house. And I just didn't even ask them today what they were doing. Yeah. I'm just like, okay, we always have strangers in my yard, and then they're always doing something except for working on my yard. So I'll just keep going.
Do you have power, though?
I have power. I have a tarp on my roof.
Okay.
So I'm dry.
Okay, good.
And, I'm just going through the process.
Right.
I don't really have a lot of complaints after, other than the disaster hit my house. But, it's a process. So filed claims and waiting for bids and
that's it. That's all you can do.
That's all I can do.
And then on to the art show, because you got an opening here on Friday this week.
We got an opening.
You got a lot going on this week. Tell me a little bit about the art show.
So I was invited into it. I think it was called me up. Barry, I think, might have called me up, or Zach called me up and said, "Hey, you want to be in an abstract show?" I say, "I'm in." Yeah, I'm in. Of course, I'm in, because in Tiger Lily, which I think everybody knew Tiger Lily on 14th Avenue, I was the only abstract artist, and I didn't have anyone else to relate to because they were a little more,
what do you call it? Realist, impressionist?
Realist or impressionist. Yeah. Figurative instead of abstract. Yeah. So you knew what they were doing.
Exactly.
And with abstract, it's like, you don't know what it's going to look like, and it isn't. It's non-objective. So. Right. Yeah. So I just thought this would be a lot of fun. And I admire, all of them. Yeah, and,
all the artists. It's a great group of folks.
It's a really strong group of people. Yeah. And they wanted to do a documentary.
Yes.
So there's this couple, and they have their own firm. It's called Reardon Creative. And we saw their work. They kind of pitched us, and they wanted to do this. Yeah. And I was just like flabbergasted. So they come in with all their stuff in my house, all the lights, and, and just kind of like your studio, but more.
Yeah, of course. No. I've done video like that.
Yeah. And it was just, it was fascinating. And, they're watching me paint, and they're asking me questions, and I'm getting interviewed, and I thought, man, this is like a real art show.
This is professional stuff.
This is professional stuff.
It is.
And what we want to do is we want to give Vero Beach a taste of what happens in, the larger art communities like New York.
Bigger markets.
And bigger markets. And they have lots of different events to draw people in and, different cohorts in. Yeah. And so, we have lectures. We're going to have workshops. We're going to have private group, intimate interactions with art groups that want to come in and study the art, ask art questions, and maybe not be buyers, but just actually study the art. Yeah, that's cool. And we got it for 3 months. So every month we're going to have probably 5 or 6 different things going on. And we're not repeating them. It's not like we're doing the same ones every month. Correct. So I think that's going to be different. And Raw Space is trying to create that kind of image now. It's like, whoa, if this is at Raw Space, it's not just going to be come in on First Friday and look at the art. Sure. There's going to be, story time. There's going to, story time, meaning people come up and tell their stories about being creative. Yes. Not just the artist.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Everybody comes in and, Zach Gruber does this. It's like stories.
He does.
And, people come up and they get to share, and it's kind of like creating a community. So we're inviting other people to become creative with us, so that's really neat.
That's great. That is great. Now, specifically, so it's abstract art, and I knew Tiger Lily very well, and a lot of the ladies over there. Julia's a dear friend of mine. I wanted to, so what inspired you to start doing art? When did you start painting? You're a painter, but I've seen ceramics. I've seen all sorts of things.
Yeah. So I was a business major in college, and I went to graduate school. Graduate school. So I was insurance and finance. And when I decided to become a mother, I decided to kind of rest that part of my life for a while. So I'm reading the Wall Street Journal every day, having a baby, and I'm depressed, So the Center for the Arts just opened up. So this is like, 100 years ago, 1986. And I'm like, I got to get out of the house just, a couple times a week just to do something other than change diapers. And
is the Center for the Arts in Vero Beach?
The Center for the Arts is now the museum.
Right.
Okay. The building was built. It was called the Center for the Arts.
Yeah. I got you.
And then they changed
I'm only 24 years.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
And so I went there. I'm looking at all the classes. I'm going, oil painting, too hard. Drawing, too hard. Going down all these things.
I'm coming here to relax, people.
That's right. I'm just having fun, And then I go pottery. I said, I bet you I can do pottery.
Oh, right.
So I start pottery. I couldn't center a piece of clay. I flunked pottery.
On a wheel.
Flunked it.
It's not as easy as you think.
No, it's not.
Honestly.
I had no idea. I just thought anybody could, I was so full of myself. Yeah. I would just absolutely had no sensibilities or no understanding of how much concentration, how much practice it takes to hone a skill.
Yes.
I'm just, So Glenda Taylor was my teacher.
Okay.
And then Sharon Sexton was in my class.
Okay.
It's
a good crew. It's a solid crew.
That's right. We're going back that far, and we became friends. And I kept taking pottery classes because I couldn't center a piece of clay. Yeah. So I give a talk because people go, Shotsie, you're an artist. And the moral of the story is practice.
Yeah, exactly.
Practice, practice. And my love of pottery went into the community, and I was one of the people that started the soup bowl.
Okay.
Because, we throw the bowls.
I love that. I love it every year. I have so many of those bowls. I give them as gifts.
Right. And that's coming up a week from tomorrow.
Yep.
And I'm going to do a shout out for Vero Beach Rowing. We're having lunch and dinner on the beach. We're the only ones serving dinner on the Barrier Island. Okay. For soup bowl.
And when is that? Oh, that day?
Yeah, that's the 11th? That's November 7th.
7th. Okay. Listen, we pay for this with some commercials.
Okay.
I need to do 2 quick commercials, and then we got to come back because you guys have a fundraiser that we need to remind people about. We'll be right back in a minute. See you in a sec.
Fox on the Fairway is now playing at Riverside Theater, and it's a madcap comedy that'll leave you in stitches, filled with mistaken identities, outrageous antics, and a battle of the wits on the greens. And wait till you see the final putt on the 18th hole. It's legendary. It'll take you on a nonstop laugh fest with love, life, and golf in the spotlight. A Fox on the Fairways is now playing at Vero's beautiful Riverside Theater. Get your tickets now at the box office or online at riversidetheater.com.
At Sunshine Furniture, our 35,000 square foot showroom is filled with the largest selection of in-stock coastal furniture on the Treasure Coast. Dining and bedroom sets, occasional tables, sofas, sleeper sofas, love seats, and chairs in all the latest styles and colors from Tommy Bahama, Lexington, Hooker, Riverside, Universal Coastal Living, Four Seasons, Braxton Color, and Capri. We're the outdoor furniture experts and have hundreds of styles of any patio furniture you need, including a gallery of Berlin Gardens and Bollywood. We specialize in fire pits, outdoor rugs, umbrellas, and replacement cushions. Right now, we're having a huge fall sale with lots of great markdowns and discounts on everything you need for your Florida home, including all pictures, lamps, and accessories half price. Sunshine Furniture, 1295 US 1 in the Publix Plaza, Vero Beach. Family owned and operated since 1991. Don't forget to visit our outlet store directly across the street, filled with lots of brand name closeout and sale items. Visit our website at sunshinefurniturecasual.com.
Sunshine.
Fifth graders across Indian River County are designing unique license plates for the Kids Tag Art program, designed to raise money for art supplies in our schools. Kids Tag Art encourages student creativity and educates about Florida's worthy causes. You can support Kids Tag Art by shopping at Dillard's on November 16th. Dillard's is donating 10% of all purchases made on November 16th to Kids Tag Art. Support our aspiring artists while you shop for the holidays. Be sure to come to Dillard's and shop for the arts on November 16th from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. Kids Tag Art is a 501c3 program by the tax collector of Indian River County.
Oh, the kids. Okay. That's cool.
Good to have you back. We have Shotsie LaJoie here with the Abstract Pulse exhibit. And Shotsie, tell us a little bit about, you've got a fundraiser for people and everything that just happened in Vero Beach with tornadoes and hurricanes. Tell us a little about that.
Well, it's interesting because before the tornado hit, we were going to be open for the gallery stroll.
Mm-hmm.
And we were going to cover all of the exhibit work in brown paper and only have this back room open with some of our other work because our artist opening is November 14th.
Okay.
And we were always going to do that. So people would just walk in and they would just see this big room and all the paintings had brown paper on them. There's nothing to look at. Yeah, but the thing is that Downtown Friday, the first Friday is kind of a tradition, and for us, we can't be closed.
Right, no.
So we have to be open, and we do have this big back room that has a lot of work in it. So if you go there, you'll see some art. So when the disaster hit, I said, come on, let's just have a silent auction for United Way. And so, I emailed Meredith, and I just said, Meredith, can we do a fundraiser for you guys? And she's like, sure. And so, yeah. And so anyway, there's 5 of us, and we all have a painting. We're donating it, and we're having a silent auction, and people can bid on it, and then they just write the check to United Way. It doesn't even go through us or anything. No. It's just for their disaster relief.
So cool.
That is really, that's part of what Vero Beach is all about.
Right, yeah.
This is the town, and why I tell it, this is a very unique place to live.
It is.
You've lived here how long?
81, so 43 years.
Right. I've been here 24 years. Mm-hmm. Cindy, you've been here since...
God was here.
Really?
I think she's late 70s. She doesn't like to talk about it. No, I'm just kidding. But now, do you have to go to see the paintings? Are they online with United Way? Is there any other way someone can to visit?
We didn't get that elaborate with it because it was kind of like a last minute thing.
Yes.
So there's a lot of people going to Downtown Friday.
That's this Friday, November 1st.
This Friday, and they'll walk in and they'll say, "Wow," And if they want to put a bid on it, they will. And, and then we're just going to close it down at the end of the night, and that's going to be it.
And that'll be it. Whatever goes, goes.
Yeah, so, you can
do you have minimums, bids on them?
Yeah, we have them, and, each artist is putting a minimum, so I can't really tell you.
Yes.
And
no, as long as I just was wondering there's a minimum.
And I think what we're going to do is go ahead and, let people bid. Maybe we'll let them call in and just say, I want to make a bid before the end of the night. Okay. I don't really know, but we'll have information for you. Okay.
If you guys before, if you can't make it on the 1st, you can call Lori Davis. You can Google me. You can call me 772-538-1828. You can always call me, and I will get you in touch with somebody who can help you to make a bid on one of these pieces. Now, you've got one in there, obviously.
I do.
Okay. Who else has one in there? Who might we be able to purchase?
Yeah. Okay.
Out of 1 of 5, right?
Yeah, we got Barry, Shotsie, Gabriella, Christina, and Leslie Stokes.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
That's going to be beautiful.
It'll be great.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be really
now
nice.
I've got to go to Downtown Friday.
Yeah.
Because I might be buying some art.
Yeah, and we may have visuals, but this came up really pretty quick.
Yeah, of course.
So we didn't have enough time to really get into it like in a gala or something like that.
No.
Yes, we're
but
just
every penny right now.
Right, every penny.
Going to the United Way, you said your check is going to go directly to the United Way.
Yeah, their
fantastic.
check is going. It's not going
That's
through
what I'm
us.
saying.
It's 100% right off for them.
That's it. So you can buy art and give all your money to the, what are they calling the
Disaster Fund?
Disaster Relief Fund for Vero Beach. Thank you so much. Shotsie, thanks for being on the show. Like I said before, we could do 3 shows on you. You've done so many wonderful things in your life. Thanks for coming. Remember to go see Abstract Urge at
Raw Space.
The Raw Space, and it opens. We're going to do a fundraiser on Friday. Go see these pieces. Everybody be out there, be safe. Remember to go to Downtown Friday. Then you'll know how to find your way over to this artwork. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Everybody be safe out there. We'll see you next week. Have a great day. Thanks again, Shots.
Thank you, Lori.